company like HP, HCL, and so many, right? So maybe that depend on the domain, we should learn few specific things which is related to the domain or the industry, right? So without wasting the time, I'll start the Jupyter notebook, right? So I'll start my Jupyter notebook. Okay, so this is I have started, ma'am. If somewhere the connection is has been broken, so please just let me know. अगर कहीं connection break होता है तो please मुझे बताइएगा.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so I have this started, and in the desktop, I just started my Jupyter notebook. Then these are the various folders where we can save our no Python file. So I'll go to the desktop, and then I have to go to this new. So when I click on new, it will ask me that which type of file I have to create. I click on Python 3. Okay, right. Then what I'll do, I'll just, or just a minute, give me 1 second. I'll create one folder on my desktop so that it will be better. It is like data, right? And I'll copy the file which I want to tell. And I'll go to my Jupyter notebook. So here desktop, if I'll click on desktop, so I have created one folder called data science. Then here I'll click one Python file, and I have renamed it, and I created my example. I rename it. So I hope all are doing this hands-on session with me. If anyone is stuck somewhere, just please let me know, right? So that we all can move together. I'm audible, ma'am?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes. Okay. So in Python, there are so many mm, libraries which are available for machine learning and other applications. So for data visualization, and if I talk about this data analysis, we can start from Pandas library. So basically, Panda library will allow us to analyze the data with lot of inbuilt function. So the advantage of Python is what? It provides a lot of libraries. And the benefit of these libraries is that we can use the inbuilt function of Python. See, what is the main advantage of using Python for either data analysis or your any other purpose is we have already inbuilt libraries with us, so that we just have to use them and perform our task. Even there are so many libraries which is better compared to the MATLAB. So in the MATLAB we also have so many inbuilt libraries of the functions, but Python, the beauty of Python is it is very easy to learn, and it is, if I'll talk about Python in very detail, so it is like broken English. It is so easy that anyone can understand the syntax just by reading it, right? So if I'll write, first of all, what I'll do, I'll just import Panda library into my existing Python file so that I can use the inbuilt function of Panda libraries. So what I will write the command import, then pandas pandas uses the pandas library as allies. So I'll mention it as an PD. So what is the main benefit of this? The first statement says that I'm using pandas library. The, this is a syntax which is telling that I'm using Python inbuilt pandas library into my file called the ds, and I'll use this panda library as a PD. So what I'll do, I'll just check and compile it. So whenever I will click on run, it will execute. If there is some error in my syntax, then it will not move to the next code syntax. It will give me an error, right? So what I have done, I have just imported the panda library. Okay, and now what I have to do, I have to just read the data from a file, and Python is capable to read the file from so many sources. So many sources mean Python can read the data from a JSON file, CSV file, Excel file, or an Oracle database, and even from uh, other sources also. And even if your database is receiving the data from any IoT devices, then we can get the data from that source also. Then what I'll do, see, you can just correlate with the sentence also. What I'm doing, I have just calling PD. PD means in my pandas dot, the function is read. So pandas have one function called read underscore CSV. CSV stand for comma separated values, right? So what I have done, this is, so I am calling PD dot read CSV. It is as simple English. So PD dot panda के अंदर जो function है which is read underscore CSV, तो I'm calling the read underscore CSV function of the pandas libraries, and in it what I have to do, I have to pass the CSV file name, right? So in at my system in the desktop, I have pasted one CSV file. If I'll check it, so there is a data science folder and there is a one file called cafe. I'll explain what is the data which is inside the cafe, and then next is ds.ipynb. This is the file which we are working right now, and I'll just mention the name of this file is .csv because this is the extension of this file. So what it will do, it will just read the data, read this data from cafe.csv, and where, see, I have to perform so many operations in data, so I have to store it somewhere. I have stored this data into a variable called data. When I will run it, it is executed. It means all the data of that cafe.csv file has been imported into the data variable, right? If we want to check that what is the data available in the cafe.csv file, then what we can do, we can call data dot or direct. We can just print the data. So what will be the output? Okay, this is the output. I'm audible to all of you, friends.
Hello.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Okay. So this cafe.
Excuse me.
Yes, please.
Excuse me. I just have a question.
Please tell me.
So this hands-on session, are we supposed to practice it during the session, or is it for us to view and then
No.
practice later?
It is supposed to uh, work simultaneously with me. So that's why I asked. If anyone is using Jupyter on their desktop, then it is good. If you are not using, then just tell me. I'll start Google Colab. So Google Colab is what all of you are using Gmail ID, if I'm not wrong.
Yes, I have Google Collaborate.
So
I've opened Notebook
we
as well.
can start working on Google Colab also.
But we need the data. Can you share the data with us?
Sure, not an issue. I'll share the data. Just a minute.
Yes.
Just a second. Where I can send it. Ma'am, can you just drop me your mail ID? I'll send the
But sir, we are
data.
not
No,
told to
chat,
install
chat.
it, sir.
So,
Through chat you can share.
Mr. Kapil Tomar ji,
yes, sir.
so this is Shashank Puskar from BIT Mesra. Actually, sir,
Yes,
we are
sir.
not told to install it earlier. Otherwise, we would have installed it earlier, and it is taking some time for installing this Jupyter. So,
Sir, it is
So,
better to continue with the Google Collaborator. So we all are having Gmail account. So it will be better if you proceed with Google Collaborator.
not an issue.
okay.
I'll start with Google Colab and what I suppose meanwhile, okay, not an issue. So we will continue with Google Colab and can anyone where I can share this data file? Ma'am, can you just share me your Gmail ID
Yes,
so
sir,
that you
sure.
please just
Yeah. I think sir, chat is disabled. So
If you can
I'm
enable the chat and send through chat, it will be okay. You can
okay.
download.
Otherwise,
sir, I'm sharing
I think it
in
would be
sharing in
better
WhatsApp group.
if you can send it by email, because even in chat we cannot download the file from chat
do
to
one thing,
laptop.
ma'am.
No, you can
Yes,
download
sir.
that.
Sir,
When you
I'm
click on it, you
sharing
can
email
download
ID
it.
in chat, and you can send me in that.
Just a minute. Yes. So I'm opening my Gmail ID and I'll share this two files with all of you so that we can work together. And no need to worry, friends. We have 3 to 4 sessions continuously. So where we will stop, we can continue the next session from that point, right? So as my professor said, less is more. So whatever we will learn together and the deep. Chat is disabled, man. Ma'am, just drop me a mail on my mail ID. This is hello.
Hello, if you share it on our WhatsApp group, it will be easy for us to download it.
But and then we have to send it to our mail, then we have to download it.
Ma'am,
Sir, I have
It's
shared.
better you send it to the chat. I think chat can be enabled also.
just in chat, just give me your mail ID because I'm not able
Sir,
to.
So chat is disabled right now. So if the host can enable the chat, we'll send.
Hello. Hello.
Yes, you are audible, sir.
Sir, yeah. I think I get the email ID. No. Ma'am, Alok sir is there?
Sir, actually Alok sir is busy in somewhere. He is not at present here.
So how? Okay, do one thing. Just note down my email ID.
Yes,
I will
sir. Tell me.
just a minute. My screen is visible to all of you now. So this is my screen is visible.
Yes.
This is, you can write Kapil .iitd@gmail.com. You can just drop me a mail. I will reply the both the data sets to you on the same email ID. This is kapiltomar.iitd.
IITD@gmail.com.
Gmail. Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Sir, can you tell me the mail ID once more?
This is Kapil Tomar, KAPIL TOMAR .IITD. This is IIT Delhi basically. So kapiltomar.iitd@gmail.com.
Okay, sir. Okay, thank you.
Okay, so this is I have replied the data sets. So this is your mail ID, Malin sir. Hello.
Hello. That
Did you
is
get
not
the-
our mail ID. We are just sending it.
Oh my God.
Okay. Wait. Sir, the first one was our email ID. GGB
Which one, sir?
FDP.
Okay,
GGB
sir.
Atal FDP.
Okay, sir. Sir, reply 2 CSV files.
So this file we have to send to all the participants.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Both the files.
Okay. Just sharing.
Sure, sir. Sure. So we have to move to the Google Collaborator, right? So I'll start again, friends. Can I start with this Google Colab?
Yes, sir.
Yes, please. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what you have to do, just type Google Colab. Be with me, right? So this is Google Colab. Click on it. And meanwhile, you can open Google Drive also. So Google Colab, when I click on Google Colab, so it is asking right. So what I'll click on File, Google, welcome to the Google Collaboratory, and I'll click on File. I'll click on New. Friends, are you with me? So whenever I will click, so this is my Google Colab Jupyter notebook where I can work, right? So it is asking untitled. I have to rename it, and I'll mention the name called
So please repeat the process sir,
DS.
slowly.
Okay. What I did, I just type Colab in Google, right?
Yes.
And it is showing Google Colab. I click on Google Colab. यहाँ तक हम लोग हैं सब साथ में.
Yes sir.
So here, this is the homepage of Google Colab, or it will log in directly through the mail. See, I have already logged in my Gmail ID. That's why it is open, right? So whatever Gmail ID you are using, just log in through that Gmail and then open Google Colab. There it will show that homepage. Then you will go to the file, and in file it is showing new notebook.
Okay.
Click on new notebook, file, new notebook, and whenever you will click on new notebook, it will open a Jupyter notebook, same which is available inside the Anaconda.
Yes.
Right. So untitled may I can give any name. I can give like one or anything, any name.
DS.
ठीक है. DS underscore demo, whatever. Done. Then what I have to do, I have to write the same sentence, import pandas as PD. And if you want to execute that sentence, then what you have to do, you have to just click on this button. It is executing. Why I was using local notebook? Because it is totally dependent on the internet speed. Okay, no error. It means it is successfully executed. Then if you will move your cursor, it will ask code and text. If you want to give any comment, then you can click on text, right? So many exit. If I click on text, I can write anything. I mention data, right? And when I move next, so it is text. Then I have to write my next sentence. So all of you have received that CSV file which I sent to you. You can save that file to the desktop or anywhere on your system. And because it is Google Colab, so it will not aware with our local desktop. So what I have to do, I have to write 2 lines of Google code, which will allow me to upload a file from my system to this Google Colab. The code is, I'll write from Google Colab. What I will import files. Then upload is equal to files dot upload function. So what I'm doing, this is the another syntax of importing, writing the import. So what I'm doing, from Google Google.colab package, what I'm importing the files, right? From Google.colab package, I'm importing one more sub package called files, right friends? And then I'm calling the upload function of files and store it to the upload variable. And whenever I will execute it, it will ask me choose file. I'll click on choose, and on my desktop I will go the folder where my this file is, and I click on it, and it is uploading. See, 0% and 100%. Friends, done. Then what I have to do, I have to write the same file, pd dot read.
1 minute, sir.
Sure. I'm just writing the same sentence which I have written in my local notebook. So it will give you the idea, right? When I click read dot, so it will show the all functions. Sorry, underscore CSV. See, it give me the function name and bracket. What I have to mention? I have to mention the file name, and my file name was cafe.csv. And whatever data it will return, I have stored it into the variable. And executed. It is successfully executed. So if you want to know that what is the data which is available inside the cafe.csv, what you have to do, just write data and click on executed, right? Friends, we are on the same page. Have you written these 3 lines of code?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, you can click on this button, so whatever is executed, it will be disappear. It will be easy to. So I click on data, then I will run it. This is my data, right? Whole data. This is the data which is stored in the cafe.csv, comma separated files. I want to just explain a few lines about this database so that whenever we will execute some functions in data analysis, then it will be very helpful to all of us. Friends, it is the data of a cafe, right? And the first column is storing the store ID. So there is a company, MNC company like KFC and McDonald's, and they have opened their store at a different place, somewhere in Canard Place, in Chennai, Bangalore, Kolkata, and so many places. In each and every place, how they will identify the store? So they have a unique store ID. So column 1 is storing the store ID. So this store ID is unique for a particular store. Then name. Name is the name of that store. So if I'll say store ID 92040, name of that store is Ford, and brand Relay. So like McDonald's, KFC, and so many. So it is a Relay brand stores. Ownership type. Who is the owner? So the same, I think, on the whole. So joint. And address. Address is address of the store, where it is situated, right? So it is the complete address of the store. Which city this store is available? Mumbai, right? And so on. New Delhi, Noida, Mumbai, and so on. State. State is the name of the state where it is located. So here MH is represented Mumbai, DL is Delhi, UP Uttar Pradesh, HR I believe it will be related to Haryana. Country is IN, India. Postal code is nothing but the pin code of that store. So if you want to search, you can search through the pin code also. And next, latitude and longitude. So friend, it is nothing but the latitude and longitude of that store. So it will help us to identify that store on the Google map. Tomorrow or today, if it is possible, we will draw the Google map also for that store. So latitude, longitude is the this geometrical address which is captured in the map also. Next, this is launch date. On which date this store was launched. Next is AFF Monday, AFF Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. What is AFF, friends? Ma'am, I'm audible to all of you.
Yes, yes, very clear. Continue, sir. Continue.
Okay.
Yes, audible.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, friends, what is
Sir,
AFF?
that
Please.
sir, that it is that Google Colab import is giving some errors. Like I have written from Google.colab.
Same for
import
on Google.colab files.
from Google.colab import
Files. This is the code which is
Import.
available on my screen.
1 minute. Google.colab import files.
See, are
Okay.
you able to see my screen? My screen is visible to all of you.
Yes.
See, this is the code.
Google.colab
What I will
Yes.
import file.
yes.
Import.
What I will do,
1
I will
minute,
just
sir. Import files. Import files. Upload
Sir,
is equal to.
Sir, if the chat was enabled, you could actually send the code also while writing, so that people can copy and just paste and execute. Then
Upload
we can save time also.
is equal to.
chat is enabled. Let me see. No, chat is not enabled. Anyways,
Chat is not
code
enabled. That is the main issue.
Sir,
not an
the
issue.
host can enable the chat actually.
Can the admin
Upload
please send the
files
chat
to
in
the
the Microsoft team? You can ask questions and also you can share the code.
I will share the code also. Right. And AFF is basically average footfall. So what does it means? It means on this cafe, what is the total or what is the average footfall on Monday? Means what is the total number of customers who are visiting that store on Monday? Average footfall on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, right? So when I write data, it show all the data of that CSV file, right? So sometime what I want to know, I just want to know the top 5 rows. So what I have to do, data dot head and click. So data dot head will return the top 5 rows of the database. 5 rows, indexing start from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you will write number of rows you want to see, just enter. If I have entered 10, so it will show me 10 rows. 10 rows, indexing start from 0 to 9. Friends, move करें आगे. Should I move? Now, what I have to do, just consider that we have to perform the statistical operation on the data, right? So in our data, we have 85 rows and 19 columns, right? Just please listen carefully what we have to do. We have to perform some statistical operations, like what is the total footfall on Monday. If my CEO asked me, okay, tell me total number of customers visited my whole, total number of showroom, total number of cafes on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So what I have to do, if I have stored this data into a Excel file, then I have to write a function which will add all the values on this particular column, right? Same, what I have to do, I have to write that function for second column and third column and so on, right? So what we can write a simple function, data. In my data variable, my whole data is stored. So what I have to do, data, which data you want to access? I want to access this average footfall on Monday. So I have to enter the name of that particular column, right? And that is average footfall on Monday. See, the syntax is so simple. In data variable, this whole data is stored. And what I'm trying to access, the average footfall on Monday. And what you want to know? You want to know the total, means sum. Just click on, just enter dot sum and execute it. So total 26,966 customers on Monday. So total average footfall, total number of customers who visited all the stores are this one, right? And similarly, if you want to know, right, what is the maximum number of customers in this particular column, what is the minimum number of customers, right? And if there are 7 functions, right, in statistical, which we want to do, so I'll just write down the name of these statistical operations, like sum, then max, then minimum, then count, total count, then is mean, median, and there are there are four quartiles: Q1, Q2, Q3, and Q4. So we want to know that total 25% in Q1, total 50% in Q2, the quartile. So these are the various operations. If this data is stored inside the Excel file, then I have to write the different function for each and every column. So I have to write the 8 functions for first column, right? The maximum of this average footfall on Monday, minimum, total sum, total count, mean, and median. And suppose I have 19 columns and I am writing 8 function for one column, and I have to write 9 into 10, 9 function into 10 column, 90, right? But if you are using this thing with the help of Python, that what you can do, no need to write each and every time like data aff.monday. See, what you can do, you can write a different function. I'll just show you the example. You can write, you can copy, and you can write in place of sum, you can write max and click. It will give you the maximum value. So maximum is 390. And similarly, you can check with the value minimum. So minimum value is 122. If we want to know the total count, then I have to write count function 85. 85 values are there, right? And we know because total 85 rows. Okay, and there are other which is same, like in place of sum dot mean average. And if you want to know the median, so MEDIAN, it will show me the median. But my friends, Python is not for this purpose. Total 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and these operations we can perform only one function, which is called describe. Right, friends? All of you there? मैं audible हूँ, ma'am? I'm audible.
Yes, yes, you are audible.
Yes, sir.
So this total sum, maximum, I just remove the output of each and every syntax so that it will be visible. See, there is no need to write these different functions. We have to write only one: data average footfall on Monday dot describe. Whenever you will execute it, see the output. It will describe whole functions in the single line. So the total counters average footfall on Monday is 85. The mean value of this column is 317. Standard deviation is 49. Minimum 122, and 25% values are lying this, 50%, 34, 75 this, and this. Means these are the total numbers which lies in the 25% of the total, means 85 to 25% of this total entries are this value, and this, and so on. And the maximum is 319. And at last it is showing the name of the column is average AFF Monday, and the data type is float 64. And what you have to do, if, see, again, Python is not for this purpose also. We have written this single functions for one column, then we have write the describe function for this column. But what you want to know, what you want to do, if we want to apply the same function with each and every column, then same function we have to repeat? No, we have one more way. We just call data. In the data variable, we have the total data, the whole data which was stored in the CSV file. So I'll call data dot describe. Whenever I will click and run this, I'll cut it and paste it here. Sorry. So if I just execute it, what will be the output? Right. See, the total columns, friends, it is, my screen is visible to all of you so that I can explain. Ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Right. So what we have calculated, the total data is available here. Store ID, latitude, longitude, AFF Monday, average footfall on Tuesday, average footfall on Wednesday, average footfall on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and so on, right? And this function calculated the whole statistical data on the numerical columns. Friends, I hope you have observed that it includes only the numerical values. So that count 85, mean of this store ID is this, latitude, longitude, this standard deviation for each and every column, minimum value of each and every column, and this quartile. If someone is from math background, then he or she can understand very well that quartile 1, 2, 3, and 4. Right? So this is the one simple function which can calculate the whole 8 statistical operation on our database. And now what we want to do, see, it didn't include these values. If you want to include that also, then what you have to do, you have to call include is equal to all. Just a minute, this is, I'll call include, include is equal to all. See, now it is included all the columns from my database, either they are for string or the numerical, right? So this is saying unique, and where this it is showing my statistical operations. So this name is not a string, so it is showing NaN. NaN is basically what? Not a number. right? So this is the purpose, that we can identify different types of data. This is the maximum, and when it is a numerical data available in that column, it will perform this operation. When it will reach to the value which is not, or when it will reach to the column where this operation is not callable or not eligible, then it will show that it is not a number, right? Similarly, brand again is not a number, ownership not a number, address is also, city, then state, then country, right? And longitude and latitude. So again, it is a numerical value. It can perform that operation. So where it is possible to perform the operation, it is performing, and where it is not possible, then it is just mentioning not a number and moving ahead. And this 25, 50, 70%, and this 100%. I hope all of you are aware this bell curve, the normal distribution. So in bell curve, the center is called mean, and the left side and the right side, right? So remaining is 25 percentile for 50, then 75, and the last is the 100 percentile. So which is known as quartile 1, quartile 2, and Q1, Q2, Q3, and Q4. So this is something which the operation we can perform in it, right? And next we will move to the another operations on this database which we have stored in it. So right, if we want to one more operation, this is called tail. So if I call the tail, there are some functions. Data dot tail. So tail is basically used for the last, as the name suggests. So it will give the last values. Let me check. See, it will give the last 5 values. It is just opposite of the head method. Head provide us the top 5 values, and tail gives the last 5 values. If someone wants more than that, then we can just enter the number which you want from the last and click. So it will give the last 10 values of the database, right? If I want to, I'll just remove that data. If I want to know the column names, then I can call data dot columns. And when I'll execute, see, it is showing me the IntelliSense. I'll click on it, and whenever I will click it, it will give me the name of the column, store ID, name, brand, ownership type, address, city, state, country, postal code, latitude, longitude, all the column names, right? And in my database, if in any column I just want to know that what is the total unique values, right? Then there is a function which we call it unique. So I have to call that column data, then any column name. Suppose I want to know the total how many states where stores are available, so data. Then next I'll mention and that
Sir, it is not audible.
Kapil sir? Kapil sir? I think there is some network issue. We should wait for some time.
hello.
Yes, sir.
There it is recording. We can start. So even here, so what we want to do, we want to check the total how many values are unique, right? Suppose this data, okay, in the data I want to check the total number of states where the stores are available. So I'll call data, then which column we want to access, state, then dot. What I have to mention, I have to go to the and call the unique. So unique is a keyword which is used for checking that is it the unique, I mean how many unique values are available in it, right? So just a minute, let me type it. So this is data dot state, or sorry, data, and in the data which column I want to access, state, and I have called unique method. So it will give me the values of that particular column and which are unique. So it gave me how many values? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right? But if I want to just check the total, just a second, total number of values, just a second. If I don't want to count them, then I have one more method called nUnique. And what it does, it will give me the number. See, two functions. One is unique and second is nUnique. Unique method will give me the unique values of that particular column. So in that state, if we want to execute it again, so we can call what? Data. See this state column mh 3 times, so it will give me only one time. So total, how many unique values are available in that state column? That is the list of these column name. If I'll check the number, it is 7, right? Same if I want
Sir, it is not audible now.
Kapil sir, are you there? Participants, I think some network issue is there with Kapil sir. So just wait.
Alok Kuswaji, it will be nice if you can send those codes in the chat box or somewhere so that we can cut and paste and execute that program. Because sometimes that is not running. Like I've tried to run this Google Colab import upload one. It is giving some errors. So there may be some syntax problem. Are you able to hear me, Alok sir?
Yes, yes. As soon
So
as
it
we
will
get the code from Kapil Tomar sir, we will send it.
yes, yes. It
Now,
will be nice if you send that.
online. He is online now.
yes.
Okay.
So again, so these are the two methods. One is unique and another is nUnique. So as I told you earlier, unique method will return the total number of unique values. So list of unique values, right? nUnique will give me the number of that. If I call this method data, on which I want to know the city name. Okay, the city name. So in how many cities we have the offices or we have the cafe? Data and this city. So I'll call data. Which column I'll call? I'll call city. And what I want to know? I want to know the number. How many unique numbers So I'll call n unique and then I'll execute this is, yeah, so 10. It means they have their cafes, their offices in 10 different cities, right? So total how many branches they have? 85, and 85 branches in which, in how many cities? 10 cities. If we want to know the name of that cities, so it will return the list of that cities. I'll call city data city dot unique. Right, so it will give the unique city name. So these are the unique city names. If you want to know all the city names, so it will directly just print the city column. See, it will give total length 85, total 85 city names. What? 10 unique cities, and the name of these cities are Mumbai, New Delhi, Gurgaon. Okay, see, New Delhi and Delhi. So they have just entered Pune, Bangalore, Noida, Hyderabad, Chennai, and Navi Mumbai. Right? Then what we can do, the different other operations are, I can call data dot shape. So this will return the, okay, sorry, data dot shape will tell me the, because this is pandas, panda will store all the values in arrays, so it will show 85 into 9. It means what? The shape of my data is first value tell me the row. I have 85 rows, right? Sorry, and I have 19 columns in my data, right? Then what others, other function we can call? Okay, if we want to add one more column, right? If we want to add one column in my database, so I can add it through what? I'll just enter the text. It is like creating a new column. Okay, so there are 85 entries. Then I have to first mention, then I'll just take one variable, and the name of variable could be anything. It is like suppose I have say k is equal to data. First of all, I have to use the data. So here for an example, I'll just enter the numbers. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 0. Right? And I have to add these values to my data. So this is my data and column. I have to enter column name, right? So I'll enter the column name is new index. Sorry, new index. And in new index, what we want to assign? K, right? 1 to 0, this 10 values, I have assigned one variable, and then, or we can directly assign, say in place of k, we just write these values directly. When I'll execute it, oh, this is showing my error. And error, I'm audible, friends? Ma'am? Hello?
Yes, sir, audible.
Okay, so I have done, I have created some values, and what I'm doing, I am assigning these new values to a new column called new index, and this column will we move to the will inside it into the data. But error is what it is showing. It is showing, see, length of the value 10. Friends, value kitni hai? How many values I'm giving? 10. What it is saying? Does not match the length of the index. Friend, total values kitni honi chahiye usme? 85. So it is not matching. Otherwise, it will be assigned. So what I have to do? I have to enter 85 values. So what I have to do? I have to copy it again. So this is 10. Now 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. Total how many values? 85. So again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me execute it again. Okay, no error. Then I will call data. If I want to check the top 5 rows only, data.head. So the last is new index, right? I have assigned the value from 1, so total. Now if you want to check the shape of the data, so data.head, what you can call data dot columns columns. So last column is new index, and you can check data dot shape 20. See, one column, right? And what is this column? This is the column which we have added recently. Just a minute. What? Now we have to drop that column. Just a minute. Let me. And if we want to drop that column, then we have to call the method drop. So data, and in the drop, data dot drop, and which column? the column name I have to mention. So I want to drop the new column, so that the name of this column is new index. I have to pass one more variable, and that is known as access is equal to 1. So access is equal to 1 is what? Access means column. Here access indicate the column, and when we will execute it, I hope it will be executed. Okay. See, direct. Or we can do what we can do. We can just again come to the syntax data. This is what? Where the total data of my CSV file is stored. Dot drop. Drop means I want to drop that column. So which column? New index, column name, and x is equal to 1. It means I'm dropping this new index, and this is a column. And now if you will check, we have only 19 columns. Data dot shape, you can check. Okay, while it is showing, because let me check. Okay, so this column has been dropped from our this data. Okay, this is the or we can assign it on data. Now we will execute it, and data. Just a second. Give me. Okay, because see, I'm just trying to drop it again. So it is showing me the new index is not found in the index. Yes, because that is already dropped. Let us check. 19 columns, 85 rows, and the last is AFF Sunday, right? And if you want to store if you want to fetch a particular data, particular row, so suppose what I want to know, I want to just get the details of this particular column. So what I have to write? I have to write the syntax means data. I'm fetching the data, right? And of which column? Store ID. Let me check the name of that column. Store ID capital. Store ID. Okay, and which is equal to is this one. 1015306, right? And from where it has to store? Find data. Wait, just a minute. So it can do X. You want to data, and we are trying to do data, store ID, this Sorry.
Sir, in this store ID, R is not there.
Sorry. Yes. Let me check. The above exception was the direct cause of ye. See, the key error is store ID. Where is been typing? So it is giving me that particular row. Right now, we will move to the next. And what I have to do, we have to find out the missing values. Right? So now what we have to mention, I'll just type missing values. If some values are missing in my database, why it is very necessary? Suppose you are working on a machine learning project, right? And you have to predict something, but you don't have sufficient value in a particular column. For an example, if we want to predict the total number of footfall on Monday, but out of 55 rows, suppose 85 rows, suppose 50 rows are blank, only 35 rows are there, then how we can predict correctly? No, it is not possible. Then we can predict all the values correctly until unless we don't have sufficient data. So as a data scientist, what is our role? Our role is to find out the missing values. We have to fill the missing values in our data. So how we have to check it? Or just a second, there are few more methods which we can do. So we have to check data, how many values are dot data dot. There is a method called isNA. See, isNA. Click on it, and then right. See, it gives the detail also. Detecting missing values. Return a boolean same sized object indicating NA and such norm. Everything else get false. Right. So what is the return? Whenever you will execute it, this is. It will hold the data with one boolean value, right? As it was showing, data dot isNA. So if any value is missing in a particular column, it will return true on that value. And if no value is missing in my data, then it will give true. Suppose there are few values which are missing in my database or particular column, so it will give true over there. If nothing is missing in my data, then it will give me false. It means no value is missing in my data, right? My database is perfect. Okay, so same we can check one more command we have. If we want to know the column wise, right? This is the whole database. Ma'am, I'm audible to all of you.
Yes, sir. We are audible.
Okay, so if I want to, okay, thank you so much. If I want to check column wise, that do we have a missing value in a particular column? See, after fourth line, it directly jumped to the 80th line just because of this visible window, right? So how we will get to know that how many values are missing in a particular column, right? So what we want to know, we want to print the missing values column wise, right? So command is print. Print method is used for what? Just to print anything. Whatever we will pass inside the print method, that will be printed. So what we want to print? We want to print the data, or let me check it will directly work. It is directly working or not. Data dot columns columns. Okay. Okay, index object. Data columns and is not a value dot so whenever we will execute data dot is value sums. Let me check with sum. Okay, right. So data dot is an A. What it indicates? Data dot is an A. This is the method which return about the missing values, right? And when we call sum method over it, so what it is indicating? See, earlier it was just filling particular column with true and false. Now it is giving me the sum. So the result of data dot data, where whole data of this CSV cafe.csv file is stored, right? When I called is an a method is used for checking the missing value in my existing database. It will return, is there any value which is missing, which is blank by mistake? And when I call sum, so it will give me the sum for column wise for missing values. So if we will understand to, we will read this. So store ID is equal to 0. Means 0 missing values are available in store ID. Name, 0 missing value. Brand, ownership, address, city, state, country, postal code, and so on. It is showing that in my database, no value is missing. All the values are available inside my data, right? And if we want to know the total missing values in whole data, see in first method data dot is NA. It is giving me the true or false. You can check from here is NA and this. See, data dot is NA data frame, detect missing values and return a Boolean, right? Boolean value. So it is returning a Boolean value. It is searching for each and every value. Where it finds a value, it returns false. If something is missing, it returns true. And when we call data.isNA.sum, it will count column wise and add them. It will give the number in the first column. Any values missing, so it will just give me the number with this particular column, that how many values are missing in that column. The result of this is here. If you want to again add all these values, then what we have to do? We have to call data dot, what I had called is NA, okay, right? Then after it, dot sum, okay, you give me the same output, I will call the sum. Can anyone say what will be the output of this syntax? Anyone from participants?
0, 0. It will be 0.
Correct. It will be the 0. Because it is again adding all these values. So is there any value missing in my database? No. Right? Now, if nothing is missing in my database, good. If something is missing in my database, then next role of a data scientist come into the picture is dealing with missing values. How you will deal with the missing value, right? So what we can do, we can fill these values. How? We can fill these values through any logic. See, we can find out the mean of that particular column, or we just replace the missing value, or we can fill the mean of all these values to the missing part, so that total mean will not be changed, or any other logic depend on the available database, right? So if we want to check, I have shared one more file with you that was called train. So I'll just call this code again here at the last, right? So I type here called, I execute the second file is train.csv. See, 100%. Now what I want, I just DA data, मैं डालता हूँ df data, नया variable is equal to what is the syntax to read the file? pd dot read underscore csv, and what is the name of the file? I have to check this train.csv. I just rename it. It is not train.csv. This is a very interesting database of the Titanic, right? So in the Titanic, there were so many passengers. There this gender and so many database, so many columns, so many data was available, and on that they were predicting that what is the chances of surviving of a particular person. So anyways, that's a different thing when we will just train the model. So when I execute it, it is successfully executed. If I want to print data df, so what is available in the df? The whole data which is available in the train.csv. I'll click on it. See, this is indexed, generated by the pandas, passenger ID, survived, passenger class, name, gender, sex of this female or male, age, SIBSP, this is sibling, parch, this is parent and child, ticket number, fare kitna tha uska, Kevin, C. Now why I import this data? NAN, not a value. IMMARK, the name of the station where the passenger is boarded into the Titanic. So if you want to just check data df dot shape, also available here. $891 rows and 12 columns we can read 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12. Okay, good. First column, second column, third column, fourth, fifth, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. Now, if we want to check the missing values, then now we can call df, right, dot is an a. Let be executed. And why it is not mentioned df dot is na. Okay, sorry, the property. See friends, sorry, where it finds a value available in my data, it returns false. And if it's Kevin, first row and Kevin, let us check the value. First row Kevin, not a value, right? So where value is missing, it returns false, right? And where the values are available, it returns false. Where the value is, sorry, I think I'm giving something wrong. If value is available, return is false. Because why? Because we are asking about missing values. कोई value missing है? Is there any value which is missing? False. No, no value is missing. True. Yes, value is missing. It is what we are asking. We are asking in my data frame, where is the value, or which is the value which is, or which value is missing, or where the value is missing. No. Yes, here is values missing. Then if we want to check the values with column wise, again is and a dot sum. Let us check. See, first column 0 value, second column 0 value, third, fourth, fifth, age 177 values are missing. Kevin 687 values are missing, and these values, 2 values are missing in the last column in bar. If we want to show that total how many values are missing in 891 rows, so df dot is an a, then dot sum. Again we will call sum method. So what will be the output? Output will be the value of summation of all these values. $866 values are missing in my column, right? So these are the values which are missing in my database, right? And let me find out the way. Okay, so now how we can fill the missing values to it. Suppose we want to, or there is one more called df dot info. See, this is the information about the database. So my file, first column 890 values, right? And type, or we can call direct df dot type. No, method is, I think, type of, let me check. Okay, this is something different what I was trying to check. Type of data is pandas.co.frame.data frames. Tomorrow you will have one more session with Dr. Chandramani Sharma he will just start with pandas library. So these things will be clear over there. If I want to know the data frames type, then I have to call, just let me types of info, just a second. I'll check df. I have to check that everything about this. df dot types, df dot types. So what is the output? Data dot data dot dtypes. No, then sorry. Yes, df dot data type. So it is giving me the which type of data it is storing. So age is float 64 integer, and if we want to just replace this missing value, so as I told you that we can calculate the sum mean, we can find out the mean, and we can just add that values to the missing value. We can add the mean of that particular column to all the remaining values. So in age column we have 800 something, 687 values are missing. Sorry, this age 177. So what we can do, we can calculate the mean of that particular column, and we can find out, we can calculate the mean, and we can insert that mean into the remaining values. Let me check if we can try it, because we are just running sort of time. Just a second. So we have to filling the values. So data in my, no, here we have this df, and in df which column we are trying to add? Let me check the name of that particular column. Age is capital, so okay, age. So in data, this particular column, what I have to do, I have to add or fill the values. So method fill, fill. So no, fill where to fill? I have to fill the values where there is no values, right? Then what I have to enter? So data, then bracket may age, then what I have to fill? I have to fill mean. Calculate, how I can check this? I hope it will execute. I'm audible, ma'am? Ma'am, I'm
yes sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I will execute it. No, what it is showing age. Can I just leave it? This is the last, ma'am. Huh? I know I'm just taking a lot of time. Pandas error age dot fill and name.
Data.
Okay, sorry, I'm so sorry.
Instead of data, DF.
DF. So okay. So what we did? See, just try to understand it. DF is what? DF is where the whole data of my train.csv is stored. So in this, which column? Age column. What I have to do? Dot fill. Fill NA. NA is what? Not a value. तो वहां पर फिल करना है जहां पे उसे NA मिले. ओके, क्या फिल करना है? What I have to fill? DF डेटा के दिस कॉलम उसका मीन भर फिल करना है. राइट? Am I? Or just a second. If you want to check what it will return, so you can check DF in bracket double quotes age dot mean executed. See, 29 point something. So this is what we are trying to do. We are just filling this value to the missing values, right? And which function will execute it? Fill NA. This function will execute where? In this column, right? And now if you want to check again df dot, what was the method name? Is NA and dot sum, right? So let me check. Okay. Right, because we have just make the changes temporarily, right? We didn't store it, so either we have to store it or direct call here dot is NA sum. See, 0 means now no value is missing. See, 891. Now in the age column, 891 values. If you want to make it permanent, then you have to make it this. I believe it will work.
Excuse me.
Now we will check. See, now it is 0.
We can also add a parameter called in place equal to true.
Yeah. We can in place. Yeah, very true. We can in place here one more variable called in place is equal to true. Then it will just make all the changes in the data frame database, right? So friend, sorry for just taking this session 30 minutes long, and I'll just wind up the session here. I hope we are having the time only till 4:30, ma'am. But just because of these 2-3 methods, it was extended 30 more minutes. But definitely tomorrow I'll take care for the time, definitely. And what I'll do, see, whatever we have done, friends, so whatever operations we have done in this session, so what I'll do, I will just download this file and share with all of you, so that if anyone have missed any syntax, or if you want to just recheck it, then you can just again refer to this file, right? Over to you, ma'am.
Okay, thank you very much, sir, for such a nice session. And today's session is over. So And one more thing, all the participants, please fill the attendance form. And tomorrow we will join as per schedule. Okay, thank you very much. Have a nice day.
Thank you. Thank you so much, all of you.